we have Mr. John from the Carbon Black team with us today. He would be sharing his point of view of how the security market is and how they, together with their channel partners, are hard hitting the market with their kind of security solutions. Hello, John,
Hi,
and welcome to JISEC
thank you.
2018. Okay, so how has the year started off for Carbon Black?
So this is my 12th official day at Carbon Black, so I'm really new to
Okay.
Carbon Black.
Congratulations for
Well,
the new
thank you
role.
very much. Thank you very much. Those 12 days have been quite amazing. I spent a chunk of time in the US at a big conference there, and now this is my second conference in 12 days.
Okay.
It's been a very interesting start to the year. And when I say interesting, it's a perfect time to join Carbon Black. From a partnering point of view, that's an interesting time to be working with Carbon Black. We announced changes to our partner program relatively recently. We now have a brand new CAMIN region, looking after this region dedicated to the Middle East. I joined as well, obviously, now to look at the strategy and the plan across the whole of EMEA. We also have some more changes in terms of enablement and bringing our partners up to speed that are all changing. So there's a lot of things that have been happening literally in the last 3 months. So it's a whirlwind, but in a good way.
Okay. So when you say channel and partner enablement, can you put a brief on what exactly will you be doing for your partners?
Sure. So one of the biggest things I've seen so far, and I think it's a really important point to make, is we need to be seeing our channel partners as an extension of our sales force. We want them to feel as though they're working on behalf of us and we're working on behalf of the partner. So therefore, the most important thing about that is if a partner really needs to be feeling as though they're part of our extended sales force, they need to understand and be enabled as well as we're enabled.
Right.
So we've changed our courses and a lot of our training dedicated to give them the same training that we have to go through and do. So we have 3 different levels of training, sales and technical, to make sure as though they feel there's a lot of that technical aspect that they're getting, because it can be a technical sale, but also commercially, where do we differentiate? What are we different in doing? So it feels as though they're actually getting the same training that we're getting and we have to go through ourselves. So that's the first part. The second part, and there's nothing better than actually giving face-to-face and giving support in region. So we have dedicated SE resource in this region, but we also have a PSM, what we class as a team here, that technically are here to support our channel partners. So when they're going through the being of getting up to speed and understanding how to sell Carbon Black and promote it, we've got dedicated staff to come into region and help each of those partners. So enablement is just not a course on a website, it's actually helping them to understand how it works. So that's a big change, and that's only been in the last month or 2.
So we did talk to Rick about your predictive security in
Yep,
Carbon
sure.
Blacks. So if we specifically talk about that, what kind of added value or added advantage will it bring to your partners and customers in the region?
Well, I mean, I think it's the topic that we have in terms of endpoint being one specific area that we focus on. We make sure we do that well. So rather than be a jack of all trades, master of none, we focus on one specific area. So that's the first thing. I think secondly, in terms of obviously again working with our partners, the benefit here is in terms of being able to add some of their services around that. And I've already had meetings in region with a couple of partners already. And one of their biggest advantages is the fact that they can build those services around it. That to me is really important. So the points that Rick talked about, that's a product. I know that when you sell in terms of channel, it's what you can wrap around in terms of those services. And again, there's so many other different products that they can sell, so many other different services that add to that endpoint. It's not just selling that protection.
Right.
So it's that around that I'm particularly interested in, that I can get the advantage of.
Right. So as John, and since you're come on new on board, so say what would be your top 3 priorities for Carbon Black as a company?
Wow. That's a very interesting question. I think the first, without a shadow of a doubt, is enablement. Like I mentioned before, is making sure that that's my staff, so all of my channel managers that work around the region, all of our partners, and also employees within Carbon Black to understand and work together with channel, not work against, to work with. I think that's an important point. So enablement, making sure they're fully trained. I think the second part is also working on our partner program. Now, we've made changes, but I want to make it profitable. I want to make it very, very important for channel partners to make money. Now that can be a certain number of areas of doing that, but how can we incentivize all our channel partners to actually be a bit more self-sufficient to find this business, but make it profitable for them as well? The second one. And the third part is just to make sure that everybody understands the potential that we've got out there, because there's so many things that Carbon Black have done and areas that actually some of our partners and some of our customers may not know about. So it's been an awareness subsequent. So I would say
that should be the most important thing for anybody, right?
and it's an awareness thing. If we can't make sure that our partners understand what it is that we do, how we can help, well, actually, the first two are irrelevant. So I think, they're the three things I would probably say on a very, very quick point that I've known, again, after 12 days.
Right. So Ceci, let's for the next 2 days, okay, of the show, of course, what major offerings or announcements can your customers and partners expect from you?
From a technical point of view, I wouldn't be the person. I'm definitely not technical and more commercial. I think there's the whole point of being here is the fact that our partners are able to find out what it is that we're able to do. There's a lot of changes going on at the company, and obviously, like I say, it's a very good time. I think coming by to our booth and finding out what it is and actually seeing, I think the proof is always seeing what we've got. So back to the awareness point, finding out what it is that we do, what's new and what's changed and what's coming up. All of our SEs that are on the booth are actually able to give you a bit more idea of roadmap, what's coming down the line. And I'm going to be hanging on that booth as well, because I'm going to learn a lot at the same time, because it's been so new.
Great. Well, John, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.